So, my name is Lisa Marie Spradley, and I am the front desk lady. And this is my desk. Now, I know it's not much to look at right now, but when I'm done with it, it's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to write systems that I teach and speak on as the front desk lady on my desk once it's finished. Because you see, I'm a practice administrator. I've been in dentistry for almost 20 years. I should know something about communicating in front desk systems, don't you think? Well, I thought I did. And then life happened. Mississippi Department of Transportation, what can I do for you? Yes, ma'am. My name is Lisa Spradley, and this past Friday, I received a letter from your office for my daughter, Elena Spradley. And the letter stated that Elena was in a car accident and that she failed to show proof of insurance. And her driver's license was suspended. And if she's caught driving with a suspended driver's license, it's a misdemeanor. What's your question, ma'am? Well, ma'am, my daughter was killed in that car accident. And I'm not real sure what you want me to do with this letter. You're going to have to send us a copy of that death certificate. Really? Why do you need that? Well, that's just what you're going to have to do, and I'm sorry for your condolences. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. She just told me she's sorry for my condolences. What the heck does that mean? Maybe I should call her back. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should call her back, and I'll tell her that when they catch my daughter driving on the road with a suspended driver's license, I want that letter. Wouldn't that be the letter you wanted? I really should call her back. I should call her back and thank her. Because see, I just thought that I knew everything that there was about communication. I just thought that I could train you on how and what to say. But she taught me 4 incredibly valuable lessons. The first one was, it's really not vital what you say or how you say it. They're important. But the most important part of communication is in being a part of that conversation that you're having. Whether you're having a conversation with your team in a morning huddle, or you're having a conversation with a patient on the phones or in front of you, you need to be present. The second lesson that she taught me was that it's really important that we share information. I want you to think about this. My daughter, her name is Elena, was killed in a car accident in February of 2014. She was pronounced dead at the scene by a Mississippi Highway patrolman. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that that highway patrolman works for the Mississippi Department of Transportation. Would that be a safe bet? Do you think they might share information? I don't think Elena should have ever got a letter. The third lesson that I learned was we need to really pay attention to what people are telling us and ask questions based on that. Scripts are wonderful if you need to learn a general idea of what to say. But ask questions based upon what you're being told. Imagine, if you will, because the conversation I gave you is the exact conversation that I had later in the month of February of 2014. Imagine if when I explained to her why I was calling, instead of her rudely asking me, "What's your question, ma'am?" if she would have said something like, "You know, ma'am, I'm so sorry for your loss. What can I help you with today?" And then maybe when I explained it to her, she could have said, "Well, you know, what you really need to do is send us a copy of that death certificate." And then possibly, I may have sent it. But let me ask you this, based upon that conversation, would anyone here in that office send her a copy of that death certificate? I sure did. And if they ever get one, it's not from me. She didn't explain to me the need for it. And I wasn't going to just give it up. And the fourth lesson I learned, and this one is more, this is one that we can all learn from. You have two choices in life, right? Your circumstances can make us bitter, or they can make us better. And let's be honest, I don't have the sole exclusion on hard luck stories. I'm not the only one in this room that has suffered a loss. I'm not the only one in this room who has gone through something that's incredibly devastating. But I made a choice. When life decided to knock me down, I made its choice to get back up and do something with it. Because not only does it make me feel better, I feel like I'm honoring my daughter by doing it. So, what's your motivation? Why do you do what you do? We all have a reason. I have more than just one daughter. I have other family members, so you know, I have more than just one reason. But that's my motivation. And I want you to find your motivation today. I want all of you to realize your own value. I think a lot of times when we're working, and this is, you know, especially working up front, like I said, I'm an office administrator. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. You tend to think that you're not valued. You know, I don't earn CE. In all sincerity, I went to a speaking, in Spokane. It was Spokane. And when I walked up to the registration to get my speaker's badge, they had a large, you know, podium out there where you go get your packets. And the signs on the front of the podium said dentist, hygienist, assistants, other. Now I think of myself as a lot of things, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've been called a lot of things, not all of which I can repeat to you. But other's not one of them. So we're going to find out how we get past that. How do we find our value? This is my desk, guys. I decided to finish it. Now, I don't know if you notice a theme here, but I tend to like red and black. And that pretty little girl that you see on my computer monitor, that's my daughter Elaine. Just so you can put a face with it. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about what we need to do, find out how we can get into those conversations, and really build our practices up to where they need to be, just with some simple skills that we all have.